All right, everybody, welcome to our virtual space. If you can hear me coming in clearly, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat box. Perfect. I see those yeses coming in. All right, just to let you know, this session is being recorded because we are going to go over some things today. And while I'm showing you what I'll be doing today, I don't want you to do it while I'm doing it. I want you to do it when you have some free time this week. So I will record it, or it is recorded, so that you can go back and view it, watch the video while you're creating your product. Now, I've already spoken to each of you guys. You guys have all confirmed that your Coursera is still not allowing you to view those videos. So I understand that that's going on with each and every one of us. There is not one person who's been able to actually access the videos, and that's okay. We have the IT people working on fixing that for us. And hopefully by next week, Mr. Will have us together on Coursera, but that's not going to stop us. We're still going to learn how to use some of these AI tools today. And you will have an assignment where you will need to submit your completed AI project by next Friday when we meet again. Okay, so I'm going to get started with showing you a few things today. We're going to really be looking at 2 AI platforms. The first one we kind of talked about last week is Google Gemini. And today we're going to use Gemini as an analysis tool. We're going to see how it can analyze some spreadsheets and data, how it can pull out insights and trends, and we're going to see it use that left brain side, our logical side, to get the data that we need in order to feed it into NotebookLM, which is going to take those insights, turn it into a visual infographic, and design a story for us to share how we're feeling about this AI course. So today we're going to be looking at Gemini and NotebookLM, and I'm going to need your help to help us get the data as we go through this. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you exactly what I expect from you and how you're going to complete your project and send it to me. And we're going to discuss your projects when we meet again next week. If you're ready for me to go ahead and begin and you understand what I've said so far, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat box to let me know you're with me. Perfect. I see those yeses coming through. Remember, I'm recording this, so please stay with me on the screen. Don't try to do this alongside with me. I will send this recording today, not tomorrow, today, so that you can start on your projects and complete the same task, okay? So what I'm going to cover today is I am going to start by creating a form with Google. Then I'm going to collect the responses from each of you. We're going to use Gemini to process and analyze the data. And then we're going to end with NotebookLM to create an infographic for us to show a visual representation of our data. And I am going to send this to the Coursera people because they need to know how we're feeling about not being able to get into our classroom. So let me start with creating a form. I am sharing my screen, and in a second, you should be able to see my Google screen. You will need a Gmail account. So if you do not have a Gmail account, please make sure you create one. That's how you get access to free Google tools. Now I'm already logged into my Google account, so I'm going to click my Google Apps button, this 3x3 array. And I'm going to start with Google Forms. If you don't see yours right away when you're doing this week and you're practicing this skill, just scroll the list. It might be somewhere at the bottom. But here we have everything we need. We have Google Forms. We have Gemini right here. And if we scroll down a little bit more, there is NotebookLM. They're all here for us. So we're going to start with Google Forms. I'm going to create a blank form. So I'm clicking the blank form button. This is new. I don't want to do any of this. So I'm going to X this out. And I'm going to first title my form. I'm going to call it Google AI Feedback. Once I do that, I'm going to click the title button here where it says Untitled Form. And once I click it, it's smart. It automatically puts my title here for me to save. My first question that I'm going to ask is, did you receive a link to access Coursera? And my options are going to be yes and no. And I'm going to make this a required answer by toggling on required. My next question, I'm going to hit the plus button to add another question. Are you able to watch the videos in Coursera? Again, because the form is smart, it automatically has my answer choices here. So I can click yes, and I can click no, and it adds the answer choices for me. I don't want to click maybe because I need a strong yes or no. And I'm going to turn on the required answer button. I'm going to put one more question. Maybe, no, I'm going to do one more question. This one, I don't want to be multiple choice. I want it to be like a scale of 1 to 5. So I'm going to click my button here, and I want this to be a rating question. How many stars would you rate your experience so far? I don't want you to consider me. Leave me out of it. I want you to think all about how you've gotten your link to Coursera and how you've been able to access the courses. And I want you to be honest on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the least. How would you rate your experience so far? And I'm going to make that a required question. So we have 3 questions. Did you receive a link to Coursera? Are you able to watch the videos in Coursera? How many stars would you rate your experience so far? I'm going to do one more. I said I wasn't, but I have something coming up. How likely are you to complete the Coursera course by May 1st? Remember, that was our original deadline. I'm going to tell you now, I'm changing it, but let's just say that wasn't changed. So how likely would you feel comfortable finishing by May 1st, given everything that has happened, with 1 being not likely, 5 being likely? And this is how you create a form. If this makes sense to you and you can get in here and create your own form, drop a yes in the chat box. If this was a little difficult, drop the word help so I can see who might need help later. Okay, so we're all looking like we can at least create a form. Okay. If you want to change the look of the form, you can customize the theme here by clicking Customize Theme. And you can use the header option to choose an image. I am going to make it fun, so I'm going to choose the jelly bean. I click the image here and press Insert. And now it changes my whole form to be more colorful, more festive. I like dark colors, so with this theme, I'm going to choose this darker blue. And boom, there it is. Now, the most important thing to do is publish your form once you're done. So we need to click the purple button that says Publish. And we want it to where anyone with the link can respond to the question. So I'm going to press Publish. It's already saying anyone with the link. And now I have my link here. Here it is. It says copy responder link. Here is the link. If this link is too long for you, you can click shorten the URL and make a shorter one. And then you're going to press copy. After you copy it, you need to send it out to people. You get to make whatever form you want to make. You get to ask whatever questions you want to ask. And then you get to survey however many people you want to survey. Even if you survey just one person, it's fine. I'm not being picky on that part. as long as we use the AI part once we're done. So what I am going to do is drop this link in the chat box, and I'm going to give us 3 minutes to click this link and answer the question. Once you answer the question, return back to the WebEx, and we will move forward from there. So go ahead and click that link, take that survey, and then let me know once you're done by saying done in the chat box. "14 people in class today. We got 12 responses, waiting for 2 more people." While they're completing that, look at my screen. It tells you in real time how many people have completed your survey. So when I send out those quizzes, or when Crystal sends out those quizzes, it lets us know automatically who has completed and who has not. We got 13 people waiting for 1 more person. Let's do 30 more seconds to get that 14th person. All right, we got our 14 here. So now I think everybody's back, right? I think I saw everybody say they're back. I'm going to click the word responses. And right away, we have our data, okay? It's looking good. But what we need to do now is turn this into a spreadsheet. So your next step, once you have completed your form and you got your people, we got 15, great. We're going to click Link to Sheets.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you go back to questions and show us how you got to that response page?
Sure. So on this first page at the top, we have questions, we have responses, we have settings. Right here under responses, I see 15 people responded. So I get to click responses, and now I can see all of the responses here. 93% people said they received the link, but there are at least 1 person has not still received the link. Are you able to watch the videos? 93% of us said no. Someone said yes, but I don't think anybody's able to watch the videos. If you're watching the video, I hope you didn't pay for nothing or do the free trial, because we should not be able to watch videos. How many stars would you rate it? 40% of people said 1 star, and it goes on from there. And then how likely are you to complete the Coursera course by May 1st? People right here, 4 and 5. A lot of people are saying they can, but we do have some people who fear they can't. Okay, so we've looked at our data. Now we're going to go into how to analyze our data. So I'm going to click Link to Sheets right here. Do we all see that? Drop a yes if we see Link to Sheets. Perfect. Savannah's dropped a yes. Christy's saying yes. Marvin's saying yes. Betty and Geraldine are saying yes. It's like a family reunion in here. I'm loving it. So I'm going to click Link to Sheets. And it's going to ask you, do you want to create a new spreadsheet, or select an existing spreadsheet. For today, we want to create a new, fresh spreadsheet. So we're going to hit the button that says Create. Make sure Create a New Spreadsheet is linked and click Create. Wait for it to work, and boom, look at that. Our data is now automatically in a spreadsheet for us to view. At the bottom here, Google Gemini, this is the Gemini symbol right here. Gemini symbol is also up here next to my profile picture. Gemini is saying, I want to analyze this data for you. And that's exactly what we want. We want Gemini to analyze the data. I'm going to click this one at the top just in case this doesn't populate for you. So you can click the Gemini at the top, Ask Gemini. For some people, Gemini might say, hey, now I need you to sign up for this. If you get that prompt where it's saying sign up, I'm going to show you another way to get around this. But for now, I'm going to do it straight through the spreadsheet. And I'm just going to ask Gemini, can you take this data and analyze it? And I'm going to send that question in. If Gemini doesn't work for you like that, another way while it's analyzing the data is we can open up a new tab and we can type Google Gemini. We can click the link that says Google Gemini, and right away it says Ask Gemini. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do Control A or select all. I can also click this icon right here in the top left corner. If you click this button right here, it will select all of your information. I'm going to click Edit, Copy, go to Google Gemini, right click, and paste it all in. Just like that. Just like that. And I'm going to write, please analyze this data and send it in. So let's see first, what did the spreadsheet do? And then we'll come back and see what did it do in its own platform, okay? So over here on the spreadsheet, it says, this analysis of 15 feedback responses reveals a significant technical barrier regarding video access, which is heavily impacting the overall user experience. So it talks about 14 out of 15 people being able to have, or having technical hurdles. It talks about the average rating. The average experience rating for these people unable to watch the videos is 2.14 stars out of 5 stars. 6 out of 15 users rated their experience as 1 star. Then it talks about the likelihood of completing. 3.33 out of 5% of completing. Over half of the respondents, 9 out of 15, rated their likelihood of completing as a 4 or 5. Which suggests a strong intent to proceed once the video issues are resolved. And then we have our data summary. Total responses, 15. Link received, 14 said yes, 1 said no. Can watch videos, 1 said yes, 14 said no. Average experience rating, 2.33 out of 5. Average completion likelihood, 3.33 out of 5. Our data analysis is complete. We'll stop there with that. Let's see if it was able to download our analysis here. So this one gave us some visuals. And look at that. We still have the same responses. So if it doesn't work for you in the spreadsheet, do what I did and search Google Gemini and just copy and paste everything in there, and it will break it down for you. Drop a yes if you understand how to do it in the spreadsheet as well as outside of the spreadsheet, and you feel like you'd be able to make your form and at least analyze your data. Drop a no if you're confused. Waiting for a few more people before we go to the next part. The session's only 30 minutes long. We got 10 more minutes to get this done. We're doing this in 30 minutes or less. All right, so I see yes is coming through. Let's go to the next part. The next thing we're going to do now that we have our data is we're going to open one more tab. And we're going to type in NotebookLM. Or actually, I have Google as my search browser. If you don't, make sure you go to google.com first and then type in NotebookLM. All right, I'm going to scroll down and go to Google Notebook LM. It is a free tool to use. You do not have to pay for it. And we're going to click Try Notebook LM. Once you open it, you should see like different things that their featured notebooks are showing. But we want to create a new notebook. So we're going to click the button that says Create New. The beautiful thing about Notebook LM is that we have to feed it sources in order for it to create something. It's not like Gemini or ChatGPT where you can be like, write my essay, and it just write a whole essay for you. You got to feed it something first, and it creates things based off of what you fed it. So we're going to feed it, in this case, copied text. Okay? And we're going to go either to our Google Gemini on this page or our Google Gemini on this page. It doesn't matter. And we're going to hit that copy button. Hit it here. Or if I'm on this page, here is the copy button here. So we're just going to hit it where we say copy. We're going to go to our Notebook LM. And under the sources that says copy text, we are going to paste our text in just like this. I just pasted it in. I'm not changing anything. I'm not asking it anything yet. I am just including my analysis. And I'm going to press insert. If that makes sense so far, you guys know what I'm looking for. Drop a yes in the chat box. Okay. Notebook LM has 3 sections. We have our sources section. We have our chat section, and we have our studio section, okay? 3 sections. You add your sources here, and then here is where we talk to it like we would talk to ChatGPT or Gemini. And I'm going to say, can you create a landscape infographic that highlights the analysis from the source provided? I'm going to write, make it clear and easy to understand. If you're somebody who likes themes, you can say, make it AI themed. I don't want it AI themed. I just want to see what it's going to do by itself, okay? I just asked it to make an infographic that highlights the analysis from the sources provided and make it clear and easy to understand. I'm using one source, which is right here, and I'm going to press the arrow. It's thinking. And once it's done thinking, you'll see over here that it starts to generate the infographic for us. Now, generating this infographic can take anywhere between 30 seconds and depending on how many sources you have, it can take up to 10 minutes. But we have a small source. We didn't put too much information in there. So I'm thinking it's going to take anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes. So while we are waiting for Notebook LM to generate our infographic, this is where I'm going to ask for you guys to ask any questions you have so far regarding what I've talked about during this lecture, or if you have any questions regarding Coursera. But I'll tell you right now, I've talked to Mr. Will. He's working with the IT department to make sure that you guys can get the Coursera turned on. He doesn't really know why it's doing that for us, but he is actively working towards fixing that problem. Now, is there anybody in here that still has not received the link from Coursera? You can drop a yes in the chat box. Let me know if you still have not received at least a link that says, hey, this course is coming. Okay, LaKanya, you have not received a link. LaKanya, tell me your email, please, in the chat box.
Hey, Dr. Hills.
Hey.
I did receive an email that said that I was assigned by Mr. Will, but when
Uh-huh.
I go into it, it doesn't do anything. But it's either the LM, which I will write it in there.
Wait,
Uh,
but you got the link, but it's just when you go in, there's no videos to play.
right, it's nothing. It
Okay,
just says
okay. I
enroll.
think that's where we all are. But
Okay,
there's
okay,
some people who still haven't received even that link.
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else that hasn't received that initial link? I think we all have. All right, as you can see on my screen, just in that small amount here, amount of time, we got our infographic. So let's click it and let's see what it looks like. Here it is right here. Look at what he created for us. Coursera video access and user satisfaction analysis. The access crisis and satisfaction gap. So here we see 93% technical access failure. 14 out of 15 respondents cannot watch the video despite having the access link. The 2.86 star satisfaction gap. Experience ratings plummeted from 5 to 2.14 when video access fails. 40% rated experience 1 star. 40% of participants rated this 1 star. Here we go. We want to have 5.0 successful viewers, but we have 2.14. Okay. And then down here, the resilience and motivation 3.3 out of 5 likelihood of completion. So they also show that completion rating here at the bottom. And all we have to do once we view it, make sure there are no mistakes because AI does make mistakes. I don't see any here. We're going to hit the 3 dots and we're going to download it. And once you download your infographic, send it to me to let me know you've completed the assignment. And I will know, based off of your infographic, what did you survey people on and what are the results. Remember, you can survey people on anything you want. It's up to you. You have freedom to do that. Use Google Gemini to analyze your data, put your data into NotebookLM, and create an infographic. If you do not like the infographic or if you want to change it, you have up to, I think, 3 infographics that you can do in one day. After 3, it's going to say you've met your quota and you can't do any more until the next day. The next day, you'll have 3 more you can do, okay? Keep in mind, you must have a source. So make sure you add your information here so it can pull from just that source when it's creating your infographic. Are there any questions on how to complete this? I'm going to put up your requirements again. I see Crystal has also dropped that in the chat box. Remember, you're going to create a form first, collect responses from people, and feel free to send me your form. I would love to fill it out and be one of the people who respond. Go to Gemini to process your data. Go to NotebookLM to create an infographic. Are you ready to get started with your project? It's due on Friday. You have the whole week to work on it. If you're ready, drop ready. And once I get enough ready, I will release you. You guys are free to go. I will continue to keep you posted on how Coursera is going, but we're not going to let that stop us from learning. You guys are going to know much about AI before you even start the course because these 2 things are on there and this is what they have you to do. So when you're watching the Coursera and it tells you to go to Gemini and practice that, you can say, I already did that. And then when it gets to NotebookLM and it says go to NotebookLM and practice that, you can say, I already did that. Okay. Any questions before we wrap up? If you're good to go, you can go ahead and log out and I'll see you guys on next Friday with your infographics. Otherwise, if you have a question, you can feel free to ask.
Hi, teacher.
Yes.
I have a question. Can you
Uh-huh.
help me to check my my set skin? It's the course I received it.
You received the link?
Oh no, can you help me to check it? I share with you the link to set the course.
And it never came?
Okay, hold on, let us set.
Kathy, don't
Yes.
worry because he's still working on fixing that. So he's trying to fix that this week. So this week, just check your email. You should get a new link. I have him change your email to your Dallas College, the right one.
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't see it by Wednesday, send me an email, okay?
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any other questions?
Will we be presenting our infographics?
Yes. Please be ready to present your infographics next week on Friday, May the 1st. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but just be ready to present what you've done. Make sure you email them to me because I'll be sharing the screen so that we don't have any issues. All right, if there are no more questions, any more questions? Okay, I will see you guys.